Are you looking for 10 best things to do in Albuquerque? Start your go-to off with the excursion of Old Town. The epicenter of Albuquerque, this 10-block community is a residing tribute to the metropolis's Native American and Spanish heritage. Explore the Southwestern artwork galleries housed in historical adobe systems and prevent via way of means of the beautiful San Felipe de Neri Parish, the metropolis's oldest constructing. If your record's quota isn't always filled, spend a while on the Albuquerque Museum of Art and History or the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center. Just do not leave out your risk to revel in New Mexico's first-rate exterior. Devote some hours to on foot the Paseo del Bosque Trail or relishing the perspectives from the Sandia Peak Tramway. Here is the list of 10 best things to do in Albuquerque. 1. Old Town Albuquerque. For extra than 300 years, each Native American and Spanish cultures were shaping this community, anchored by a way of means of the principal plaza. Old Town's cobblestone streets are full of brightly colored adobe huts that now residence galleries, eating places, and memento stores. The beautiful San Felipe de Neri Church, Albuquerque's oldest constructing, also can be discovered right here.
Many site visitors propose spending some hours wandering around Old Town, likening it to a much less crowded Santa Fe.
Along with the thrilling stores and eating places, reviewers additionally cherish the area's easy streets and gifted road performers. However, in case you are heading to Old Town looking for Southwestern souvenirs, current consumers recommended looking out for knockoffs. 2. ABQ Biopark. Sitting alongside the Rio Grande River simply southeast of Old Town, the ABQ Biopark is the proper venue for a calming day spent exterior and a have-to-see consistent with current site visitors. This big park is domestic to 4 wonderful points of interest: an aquarium, a botanic garden, a zoo, and Tingley Beach. The aquarium is a specific hit with youngsters' way to its 285,000-gallon shark tank, at the same time as the zoo's 200-plus species snow leopards, kangaroos, and polar bears included are positive to maintain their attention. If you are now no longer sincerely inquisitive about the animal kingdom, spend a day exploring the 36-acre botanic garden, which functions several unusual plant species, meticulously manicured grounds, and serene strolling paths. You also can revel in the numerous possibilities to hike, motorcycle, and fish at Tingley Beach at some stage in a summertime go-to. To keep cash at every of those visitor favorites, preceding site visitors endorse buying the bundle deal, which offers you get right of entry to the zoo, the aquarium, and the botanical garden, in addition to limitless educate rides on the zoo. Keep in mind, the combination price tag is most effective to be had to buy Tuesdays through Sundays from 9 a.m. to noon. After noon, there isn't always sufficient time to get through all the points of interest. Consistent with the park, combo tickets cost $22 for adults and $8 for youngsters, a long time 3 to 12. 3. Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. The metropolis's dry weather is good for decent air ballooning, and so at some stage in the primary week of October each year, heaps flock to Albuquerque to enjoy the International Balloon Fiesta. For a complete week, the sky fills with nearly 600 brightly colored balloons, which release each morning from the 78-acre Balloon Fiesta Park in northern Albuquerque. Festival attendees witness the mass release simply earlier than dawn, and the balloon glows, at some stage in which the balloons are illuminated in opposition to the nighttime sky. Many current site visitors struggle to discover the phrases to explain the outstanding sight of the balloons, calling the competition a bucket listing enjoy. They additionally provide a few crucial recommendations for making the maximum of the competition. To start, vacationers advocate taking benefit of the park. An experience alternative, it costs $15 in line with person whilst booked earlier and consists of admission to the park to keep away from the heavy site visitors that commonly surrounds this event. Visitors additionally propose getting there as early as you may to witness the early morning activities, inclusive of the dawn patrol. Just recall to put on layers. Vacationers warn it is cold with inside the morning and receives gradually hotter because the day is going on. If you are inclined to spend a piece extra cash, reviewers additionally propose buying the Chasers Club price tag alternative. For $45 in line with person, you may get hold of admission to the competition, assured seating in a personal patio located at the north quid of Balloon Fiesta Park, liquids, and a warm meals item. 4. San Felipe de Neri Church. Sitting at the north fringe of Old Town's Plaza, the San Felipe de Neri Church, at the start based in 1706, changed into the primary Roman Catholic church erected in Albuquerque. The shape that stands nowadays changed into finished in 1793 and has improved over the centuries to consist of a rectory, a convent, and a school. There is likewise a museum right here that shows non-secular artwork and artifacts that when held on the church's walls. Recent vacationers stated that a go to the San Felipe de Neri church is a have to whilst touring the Old Town area. Even in case you are now no longer non-secular, visitors favored its non-violent surroundings and well-preserved interiors and architecture. 5. Indian Pueblo Cultural Center. Long earlier than the Spanish conquistadors made their manor to New Mexico, the vicinity changed into domestic to several tribes of Pueblo people. Today, the cultures of those indigenous tribes are preserved on the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, located approximately 2 miles northeast of Old Town. This academic facility of Pueblo artwork and records additionally hosts loads of cultural events, together with lectures and workshops. Recent site visitors strongly endorsed preventing on the middle at the same time as in Albuquerque, calling it a treasure. If you may, strive touring on an afternoon whilst Pueblo dancers are performing. Consistent with reviewers, it changed into a spotlight in their go-to. Travelers also are sure to propose the Pueblo Harvest Cafe, which diners praised for its conventional dishes. 6. The Albuquerque Museum. For an intensity have a take a observe Albuquerque's wealthy cultural heritage. Take some hours to discover the Albuquerque Museum, sitting at the Jap fringe of Old Town. This space is domestic to an excellent series of ancient artifacts detailing the metropolis's past. A number of the extra excellent gadgets consist of a 19th century chapel and armor utilized by the Spanish conquistadors. The museum additionally functions about 7,000 portions of artwork, together with paintings by way of means of famous nearby artists, inclusive of Georgia O'Keeffe and Peter Hurd. Both vacationers and locals reward this museum for its well-stocked everlasting series. However, additionally, they propose spending a while with inside the brief exhibits. Reviewers additionally counseled touring the museum on one and all your first days in Albuquerque to higher apprehend and make the maximum of some time on the metropolis's historic points of interest, inclusive of Old Town and the San Felipe de Neri Church. 7. Sandia Peak Tramway. For brilliant perspectives of Albuquerque and the close by Sandia Mountains, take an experience at the Sandia Peak Tramway. Cable vehicles convey passengers almost 3 miles alongside a suspended cable among Jap Albuquerque and the 378 feet excessive summit of Sandia Peak. Once on the pinnacle, site visitors have fun with the perspectives of the Rio Grande Valley and the Land of Enchantment. You may see as much as 11,000 rectangular miles on a clean day. Now no longer to say a few brilliant trekking trails, and, at some stage in the winter, snow-blanketed ski slopes. Sandia Peak summit hosts numerous eating places that provide dinner with an aspect of incredible perspectives. Recent writers agreed that the tramway is a have-to-do for Albuquerque site visitors, and strongly endorsed hopping at the tram at sundown for the super vantage point. Travelers additionally counseled trekking alongside the paths when you get to the pinnacle of the peak. Another tip from reviewers: put on layers. The pinnacle of the mountain is a lot cooler than the base. 8. New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science. Neighboring the Albuquerque Museum at the outskirts of Old Town, this museum educates site visitors on 12 billion years of herbal records. Highlights consist of the show at the Jurassic technology that functions life-length replicas of dinosaur skeletons, and the Hall of the Stars, which tries to give an explanation for how the nighttime sky is prepared through a tapestry. This is geared up with UV reactive thread, along with numerous brief exhibits. The museum is domestic to a planetarium and a 3D film theater. Recent site visitors praised the museum's artifacts and exhibits, specifically the fossils, and stated its informative shows have the potential to have interaction loads of site visitors. 9. Petroglyph National Monument. If you are inquisitive about early American records, take a journey to the west aspect of the Rio Grande River wherein you may discover Petroglyph National Monument. This 7,236-acre park is domestic to extra than 24,000 carved photographs left at the back of by way of means of New Mexico's first settlers. Before you head out to interpret the petroglyphs for yourself, prevent by way of means of the traveler middle. Keep in mind, the petroglyph viewing trails are a 1 mile to a 6.5 mile power from the traveler middle, so in case you are being dropped off on the traveler middle by way of means of a cab, have the motive force wait with the intention to deliver you to the trailheads. Staff contributors can direct you to precise points of interest with inside the park. At the same time as on web page, academic applications provide similarly perception into the historical rock artwork at some distance because the trails go. Current site visitors raved approximately their accessibility and scenic perspectives. 10. Paseo del Bosque Trail. This 16-mile lengthy strolling and cycling route lines the Rio Grande River through principal Albuquerque. passing essential websites like Old Town and the ABQ Biopark. It additionally functions public artwork and loads of wildlife. The path is uninterrupted by a way of means of street crossings, making it a first-rate alternative for exploring the metropolis and site visitors. Recent site visitors cherish the path for its ease it is by and large flat and its handy place close to downtown, though vacationers strongly propose strolling or cycling the path. Additionally, they warn that it could get congested, specifically at the weekends. If you get hungry alongside the path, veer off the route at Central Avenue to take pleasure in any of the eating places that line the avenue.